Hey, hi everyone out there in the world. This is Rick, your friendly comic book scientist. I haven't posted much in a while. I've been traveling. I have been out of town. Let's see, the last 8 of the last 11 weeks I have not been home, so I've been kind of busy and out. So I apologize for not posting a whole lot. Today I'm going to post Tales of Suspense 53. I cleaned about a month ago, honestly, for somebody. And looks good. I use my comic book washing machine, so it's kind of a rerun on that, but just another example of what you can do. And this one was, just some immacuclean and water, really just a very little bit, like 1%. I got some other books I'm working on too. I've got 3 copies of Avengers 8 here. I'm doing next, and then I have 2 copies of Avengers 10 I'm working on, and then I have FF25. I always like that Hulk thing cover. Got the Strange Tales 169, and I've got a Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I also have just one moment, and I also have a this is an Avengers #1. This one is signed by Jack Kirby, which is pretty cool. I'll clean in that one, and I have your standard X-Men 4 here with the right cover, and so I'll be cleaning those here. It'll probably take me a couple weeks, honestly, to get through all those, especially if I'm not home a lot. But also, I'll put a picture here. My laser cutter came today. It's huge, and I need to buy the pump and the air scrubber and all those things and get it set up and get the electricity run to it. So it'll probably be another month, but that'll mean I can start making more stuff, more things I've been wanting to make for comic book cleaning that I can sell. I've been meaning to fabricate some smaller versions of my comic book washer so I can sell those, and the staple press and other things that that help if you have a way to fabricate thin metals or plastics by yourself, and this will help a lot. Plus, just lasers are cool, so lasers are fun. One of my funnest things to do is to take some sheets of vinyl, and then if you have a stain on a book, you photograph it and you cut out the shape of the stain with the vinyl. It's a little bit smaller, and it helps you to clean really rather precisely. So that's always kind of fun. So, but anyway, thanks for putting up with my boring intro, and hang on to your seats and watch this Tales of Suspense 53. For those of you who don't know, is the first appearance of Black Widow and her sort of older 60s looking costume before she showed up in Spider-Man and her modern, like a tights that she has today. So anyway, thanks for hanging in there, everybody. Take care and see you around. Bye-bye. So this book is it's a customer's book, and this one has, if you look up here, you can see there's water damage. In this front, there's a mouse bite. I call them mouse bites. I don't know what those are here. Some Marvel chipping, water stains, watermarks here. Staples are loose here, and the other one is not so bad, but similar. And that's we've got some water damage on the back here too, in a way that this book would be best served probably with the cover removed and cleaned, which I think yeah, I mean, look how dirty it is on the inside here. This probably would profit best from being removed and cleaned. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Press boards, I can get a hold of it, but I'm not going to do it in this case because I don't see it there. So instead, I'm going to grab this staple here with this curved pair of pliers, and I am going to hold one down here, and I'm going to pinch this and curve it up so I'm not pushing on the book. Just a little bit here, and then kind of curve it around like that. And then I'm going to get this guy. Now I have a little bit of room under there to get it up. And now again, I'm pushing down on the other half of this staple so that I can get a nice vertical position on this guy. Then I'm hoping that there's got a purchase on the other side, and I don't. it's too tight into the book here. So I'm not going to pry it up like I did on the other side. I will instead hold it down with my finger while I take the other end up with the pliers like this, just a little bit, right? I'm just gonna pinch the very tip of it here and just make sure I don't get any paper. I'm gonna pull up on the staple here. Here we go. There, just enough to get underneath it with this guy. And then I'm going to take it up. Here, hold on. So on the other side, I have this, there's a little, I don't know if you can see it, there's a hole in this little piece of my pressing board here. And I am going to feed the top of the staple through that hole here to hold this up. And then I'm just going to grab this other guy on the other side here a little bit and pull him up too, if I can. See if I can get underneath it. And away, there we go. This will allow me to pull this vertically. And here we go. Without moving the staple very much. Right. There's the top one. And we're going to do the same, it's the same system on the bottom one. It's easy if we can get the guy under here, and in this case I think we can. It's going to go straight up, and then once it's up, I just put my little tool here, hold that still, and then we'll see. I have a feeling we'll have better luck with the bottom guy here than the last one. There we go. And now they'll come out. So what we'll do, take a long piece of tape here, and I'm going to fold one end back, and there we go. And these will get cleaned later, but I'm going to force these staples out of the book here. So this is the top one. It's going to come out here, and here it comes, and then the bottom one, it's going to come out as well. We'll keep them in order. We'll clean those staples up, don't worry about that. And we will remove the offending cover here. Look at all that. Needs to be cleaned. You see that mess in there? We'll clean that off. I'm going to get a binder here, and I'm going to hold this book together so we don't have to try to realign the pages again later if we can help it. So I'm going to put this guy here and put this safely away. So this guy needs to be cleaned. You can see this big hole right here. That is, that staple was barely in place, honestly. So there's really nothing to purchase on here, but the top one is in good shape. So that's what we're going to work with. And these guys are going to get cleaned, and we'll probably electric clean them. But first, they are going to get reformed. So what we're going to do is, hello, little fella. I turn this back so I can get my fingers off of it. We are going to take the staples, top and then bottom guy, around our mandrel here. And I'm just going to do one at a time. And I'm going to reform them so they're nice and square for putting back in later. So I'm going to just press over here, put my press on it, and this will get pressed down in a moment. Here, hold on. So here's the top. I should mark this as the top side of the mandrel here. So I'm just going to push this form over the top, and it will, there, that forces the staple back into a square shape. So yeah, I just need to, it's such a tight fit, you know, that I have to like sort of force it back off of here. And so that one should be nice and square. There it is. Again, and it should be the right size for this book. And there it is. And then the second one, we'll do the same. Give it a nice squaring of the staple. Put it over here. I'm just gonna push this mandrel over it here and just force it into a square shape. There we go. Okay. And then it comes out square again, and then we're good to go. These guys will be, I'll of course clean them up, but they'll be ready to go back into the book. For those that are interested, this is what the staples look like. Well, one of them's been formed and the other one's just waiting to be formed, as sort of an example here. And then we have before, after forming, but before they've been electrocleaned, which you can watch one of my other videos for electrocleaning of staples. Then let's see what we have here. Then we have before and after forming. So you can see how they look a little better. You know, just look a little squarer, I guess. And then this is before and after cleaning, so it looks brighter on the right. You can see it's kind of hard to tell. It's not a very great picture. And this next one's going to have one that's sort of crooked and not formed straight there, but the other one on the right is now clean and formed. And so you can just sort of see those examples if that interests you. So people sometimes ask where I get my DI water, and these are the reverse osmosis filters and the carbon filters, and these are the primary. So this is how I fill up my DI water for washer, as you might expect, and I'm about to clean it and see what happens. So here we go. So like you've seen before, this is just a little bit of immacuclean and some DI water, and it's just rinsing here. It's hopefully cleaning out those water stains. We'll see how it goes. I'll try to adjust the spray a little bit, as you can see, get that stuff off of there. Here too. Here and below, and gonna rinse the stuff out. We'll just let it go. We'll see what happens. Here's the book on the drying rack, and you can't tell. It looks a little better. Let's see. I'm going to put a top back on here and put it in the oven. We'll see what happens. So here's what the inside cover looks like before and after. You can see a lot of the stains are reduced, I would say. Here's another angle of the inside entire cover. It looks a lot less yellow to my eyes. Here's the outside cover. Looks like that. Looks better, I think. And then we have the bottom front of the cover. There was a big water stain here on the bottom right, and it looks kind of brighter, and the water stain is, I'd say, much reduced actually. And then we have the back cover, like the whole cover there. And just because I'm trying to fill some time, a photo of my comic book washer kind of at a side angle. Hope you enjoy that. Well, that's it. I hope that it was an enjoyable video. I know it looks like a rerun of some of my earlier stuff with the same comic book washer, but if you look at some of my very earliest comic book washer videos, which were disastrous, that I'm getting better and better at using it with better and better results. I'm hoping to bring something like it to market soon. This one was very expensive and difficult for me to make, so I'm trying to think of one that could be available for mass market prices that people might want to buy and use, and hopefully you can use one too in the future and clean your own comic books. I will say it's not easy, and I did ruin a lot of comic books on the way to making this work. So that's always the case. But if you get good at it, you can get some fun and impressive results. So Anyway, I'll see you guys around. I hope you like it. Take care. Bye-bye.